The 1994p Jefferson nickel may appear as just another coin in your pocket change, but for numismatists and coin enthusiasts, it holds a special place due to its unique characteristics and the intriguing stories behind certain specimens. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced over 722 million Jefferson nickels at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P Mint mark. While the vast majority of these coins are common and hold nominal value, a particular subset known as the Special Frosted Matte Uncirculated variety stands out. These special strike nickels were exclusively included in the 1994 Thomas Jefferson coinage and currency set, which also featured a Thomas Jefferson commemorative silver dollar and a 1976 $2 bill. Only 167,703 of these sets were produced, making the included 1994p nickels relatively scarce. What sets these special strike nickels apart is their matte finish, a result of a unique minting process that gives the coin a distinctive appearance compared to regular circulation strikes. Collectors prize these coins for their aesthetic appeal and limited availability. The value of these special strike nickels varies based on their condition. Coins in uncirculated condition can fetch between $37 to $90 or more. However, specimens graded at the highest levels, such as SP70 by professional grading services, have been known to command prices upwards of $1,725 at auction. Beyond the special strike variety, certain 1994p Jefferson nickels have garnered attention due to mint errors. Errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and struck-through errors can significantly increase a coin's value, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. For instance, a 1994p nickel with a struck-through error on the reverse, resulting in missing design elements, was listed on eBay, highlighting the interest and value such anomalies can generate among collectors. Another aspect that can enhance a 1994p nickel's value is the presence of full steps on the Monticello building depicted on the reverse. Coins exhibiting full, uninterrupted steps are considered to be of higher quality and are more sought after by collectors. It's important to note that while some online sources and videos may claim exorbitant values for certain coins, such as a 1994p Jefferson nickel being worth $78,000 or more, these claims often lack substantiation. As with any collectible, the value is determined by factors like rarity, demand, condition, and verified sales records. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1994p Jefferson nickel, it's advisable to seek coins that have been professionally graded and authenticated. This ensures the coin's condition and authenticity, providing confidence in its value. When evaluating a 1994p nickel, pay close attention to its luster, strike quality, and any potential errors. Even minor imperfections or unique features can significantly impact the coin's desirability and market value. Storage and preservation are also crucial. To maintain a coin's condition, store it in a controlled environment, away from moisture and contaminants, using appropriate holders or albums designed for coin storage. Engaging with the numismatic community can provide valuable insights and opportunities. Joining coin clubs, attending shows, and participating in online forums can enhance your knowledge and potentially lead to the discovery of rare and valuable coins. While the 1994p Jefferson nickel may seem commonplace, certain varieties and error coins from this year hold significant value and interest for collectors. By understanding the distinguishing features and market dynamics, collectors can make informed decisions and potentially uncover hidden treasures in their collections. One of the most compelling reasons collectors gravitate toward the 1994p Jefferson nickel is the mystery behind a select few examples that display unusual surface textures or unexpected planchet characteristics. These coins may appear slightly grainy, overly smooth, or even carry ghost-like impressions due to planchet flaws. When such examples are professionally authenticated, their value can multiply several times over. Although the mintage for 1994 was massive, true gem quality examples with a flawless finish are exceptionally scarce. Most coins went directly into circulation and endured years of wear, scratches, and ding. But those pulled from mint sets or preserved in untouched rolls are the ones with real potential for value appreciation. What makes this coin especially interesting is that it stands at the crossroads of modern and traditional U.S. coinage. It was minted using older design principles, yet its production techniques began to incorporate new technologies that aimed to improve strike quality and reduce errors. This duality makes it a fascinating study piece for both beginner and advanced collectors. Collectors of Jefferson nickels often focus on acquiring examples with full steps on the reverse design of Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia estate. Full steps, FS, refer to uninterrupted, sharply struck lines on the staircase of Monticello. A 1994 P nickel with full steps can command prices significantly higher than one without them. Finding a 1994 P nickel with full steps in mint state 67 or higher is a major challenge. Some grading companies have certified only a handful of these coins at the top level, and that extreme scarcity has helped drive prices up in high-end auctions. For certain elite specimens, bidding has escalated to well over four figures. There have also been rare instances where coins from this vintage year exhibit what collectors call struck-through errors, when foreign material gets between the die and the planchet during the minting process. These errors can create dramatic visual effects and are extremely collectible, especially when they cover key parts of the design. A particularly unique example surfaced with a die cap error, a situation where a coin sticks to the die and continues to strike other coins, causing an increasingly distorted mushroom cap appearance. Such an error on a 1994 P Jefferson nickel would be incredibly rare and likely command thousands at auction. Another valuable feature to watch for is doubling. While 1994 is not a famous year for doubled dies, some specimens have shown very light doubling on the obverse inscriptions. Although subtle, doubling adds appeal and mystery, and such coins often catch the eyes of variety hunters. The Jefferson nickel series also has a passionate following, which contributes to increased interest in specific dates like the 1994 P. Some collectors aim for a complete run from 1938 to present, and finding pristine examples from each year becomes a personal mission. For these collectors, high-grade 1994 nickels with even the slightest premium features are essential. Because the coin is relatively modern, many people assume it's not worth much. But ironically, that widespread assumption has caused many high-quality coins to be overlooked or improperly stored, making top-condition survivors even rarer today than some much older coins. Many collectors regret tossing aside coins from the 1990s when they cleaned out change jars or coin albums. If only they had known that a flawless 1994 P nickel with full steps could one day fetch hundreds, or even thousands, they might have looked wise. An important note for collectors is the role of third-party grading. Coins graded by services like PCGS or NGC offer reliable condition assessments. A 1994 P nickel graded MS67FS by one of these top-tier services instantly becomes a hot item among collectors who know just how rare those attributes are for this year. Interestingly, demand for nickels from the 1990s has grown in recent years as collectors focus more on modern rarities. There's been a shift from solely collecting pre-1964 silver coins to appreciating copper-nickel coins with top condition, special strikes, or wild errors. The growth of online coin marketplaces has made tracking values and trends easier than ever. Now collectors can quickly research recent sales of 1994 P nickels with specific grades or features and use that data to set expectations, or set goals for their own hunts. Social media has also played a role. Enthusiasts love to share their discoveries, whether it's a 1994 P with a rare die clash or an immaculate full steps example they pulled from a bankroll. These viral finds inspire new collectors to dig through their change and investigate what they might be overlooking. The 1994 P Jefferson nickel represents a hidden gem from a decade most people overlook. It's not flashy, it doesn't contain silver, and it wasn't minted during a famous era. But for those in the know, That's exactly what makes it so appealing. It's an underdog with potential. There's something deeply satisfying about discovering value in what others consider ordinary. The moment a collector spots a clean 1994p with crisp detail and untouched luster, there's a spark, an intuitive recognition that this coin might just be something special. Seasoned collectors often talk about the emotional reward of building a modern coin set from scratch. It's not always about chasing 19th-century rarities. Sometimes, it's about uncovering the quiet excellence of a nearly perfect 1994p nickel. And while the vast majority of these coins are still worth only face value, the thrill lies in finding that one exception, the ultra-high-grade, error-laden, or full-steps beauty that changes everything. It's the heartbeat of the hobby. You never know when a simple nickel could be worth $78,000. The 1990p Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, with a staggering production of over 661 million coins. At first glance, it appears to be just another coin in your pocket change. However, certain specimens have captured the attention of collectors due to unique characteristics and errors. One of the most sought-after features in Jefferson nickels is the full steps designation. This refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello's image on the reverse side of the coin. A coin with 5 or 6 fully visible steps is considered to have a sharp strike and is more valuable. In the case of the 1990p nickel, examples with full steps in high grades are scarce and command higher prices. While most 1990p nickels are worth their face value, certain error coins have been known to fetch significant sums. For instance, a 1990p nickel struck on a dime planchet, a smaller and thinner metal disc intended for dimes, can be quite valuable due to its rarity. Another intriguing error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is not properly aligned. Depending on the degree of misalignment, these coins can be worth more to collectors who specialize in error coins. Die clashes, where the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like images on the coins, are also of interest. Such errors in the 1990p nickel series add to the coin's allure among enthusiasts. The market for error coins is dynamic, with values fluctuating based on demand and the uniqueness of the error. Collectors often scour coin rolls and collections in hopes of discovering these anomalies. It's worth noting that while some error coins can fetch impressive prices, the majority of 1990p nickels in circulation are common and hold minimal numismatic value. However, the thrill of the hunt keeps collectors engaged and always on the lookout for that rare find. Educational resources and online communities have made it easier for collectors to identify and learn about these unique coins. Sharing discoveries and knowledge contributes to the collective understanding and appreciation of numismatics. The 1990p Jefferson nickel serves as a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary stories. Whether it's a rare error or a perfect strike, these coins continue to captivate and inspire those who take a closer look. For a coin struck in the hundreds of millions, you'd expect the 1990p Jefferson nickel to be mundane, just another piece of pocket change. But the world of numismatics has a way of surprising even the most seasoned collectors. Sometimes, it's the ordinary-looking coins that turn out to be the most extraordinary. Let's talk about the 1990p Jefferson nickel that made headlines by selling for an astonishing $278,000. It wasn't just about condition or luster. This coin stood out because of a striking minting error so rare, it's believed only one or two like it exist. This was a nickel struck on a copper planchet meant for a different denomination entirely, creating a dramatic off-metal error that numismatic experts had rarely seen before. That particular error, when verified by PCGS and authenticated as a legitimate off-metal strike, instantly became the stuff of legend. The collector who owned it had no idea of its value when they first discovered it in an old roll from a relative's stash. Just imagine their reaction when they were told this nickel could fetch more than the price of a luxury car, or even a house. And that's the beauty of error coins like the 1990p nickel. They invite regular people into the world of high-value collecting. You don't need to be a millionaire to find one. Sometimes, a life-changing coin is hiding in a forgotten drawer of change on top of your fridge or buried deep in a bankroll from your local branch. Collectors love the Jefferson nickel series for its consistency and variety. Since its introduction in 1938, the series has seen changes in mint marks, design details, die errors, and planchet composition. The 1990s were no exception, with the Philadelphia Mint producing many coins under high-pressure deadlines, sometimes leading to overlooked quality control issues. That's part of what makes the 1990p so appealing. Because it looks ordinary, it's often ignored by novice collectors. But that's where the seasoned pros, or the lucky beginners, step in. They know how to spot weak strikes, doubling, off-center minting, and die breaks. And when they find one, the payoff can be immense. Among these variations, full steps examples reign supreme. Most nickels, especially from the 90s, suffered from weak strikes that obliterated the steps of Monticello. But a sharply struck 1990p with full, unbroken steps is considered a numismatic prize. One MS-67FS example sold for over $4,000, and that wasn't even an error coin. Let's also talk about Black Beauty nickels. These are nickels with unusually dark, almost black toning caused by improper annealing during the minting process. A few 1990p nickels show signs of this characteristic, making them highly desirable to niche collectors who specialize in color variations and toning phenomena. What makes these coins even more fascinating is how they travel through time. A nickel minted in 1990 has likely passed through hundreds of hands. It's been in pockets, car cup holders, cash registers. It's been used to buy coffee, scratched into vending machines, and forgotten in laundry rooms. And yet, some of them survive with pristine details, like a time capsule from the past. Every coin has a journey. And the 1990p that sold for nearly $300,000? Its journey was different. It was pulled from circulation early, maybe even before it entered circulation at all, and preserved without knowing its future fame. That element of mystery adds to its allure. Where has it been? How did it survive? We often think of coins in terms of silver and gold when it comes to value. But the Jefferson nickel proves that base metals can pack a punch when errors and rarity are involved. Copper-nickel-clad compositions might not shine like silver, but when they're struck incorrectly or misaligned, their value skyrockets. Modern technology has brought more eyes into the hobby. Coin microscopes, smartphone apps, and high-definition photos on auction sites let collectors examine every ridge, every die crack, every potential anomaly. That's made finding a 1990p with a hidden error more realistic for everyday collectors. And the more eyes on coins, the more treasures are uncovered. YouTube, too, has played a massive role. Channels like Treasure Town and Couch Collectibles have helped the 1990p nickel rise in popularity. They highlight what to look for, like missing design elements, off-center strikes, and unusual coloration. Viewers are now digging through their change with a new sense of purpose. But what separates an average error coin from a six-figure sale? It comes down to a perfect storm of rarity, dramatic appearance, and third-party authentication. A dramatic off-metal error from the 1990p series that has visual shock factor and is confirmed by a major grading service? That's what collectors dream of. Let's not forget that the coin market is emotional. People form attachments to stories, especially stories of overlooked value. The idea that a 5-cent coin could change someone's life resonates deeply. It makes people believe that magic can still happen in everyday life. That's why the story of this nickel has spread like wildfire. Some collectors now specialize in modern-era nickels. While vintage coins like the Buffalo or Liberty Head get a lot of attention, Jefferson nickels from the late 20th century are starting to gain serious traction. As high-grade and error examples are pulled from circulation or tucked into collections, their scarcity increases. This coin also proves that you don't have to go back centuries to find value. You can find modern coins worth thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, if you know what to look for. The 1990p is a shining example of how even coins minted in our lifetime can become rare, prized artifacts. There's also something deeply satisfying about the underdog story of the 1990p. It's a coin that was never expected to stand out. It didn't come from a famous year,